What's up, family? Welcome back to another legendary reaction video. Let's go.
3 straight games to start this series. So it was a game 7. They stand eye to eye with history, and they did not blink.
Thought about this morning for a long time. You have to break up the duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
As bad as we all would like to see it work, they can't coexist.
It's not that they're missing that one piece. It's that there's something flawed about Jason Tatum.
Hold up, family. Comment down below. I got a quick question. Who has more hunger, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? I feel like Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum will give you that spark. I mean, he does play phenomenal at times, but that consistency, I got to give it to Jaylen Brown.
And Jaylen Brown as your
Several months later.
White to Tatum. Tatum now drives, and Tatum trying to turn the corner. Brown from deep. He buries it. Rick Carlisle says go. Nembhard drives into the paint. Knocked away and stolen by Holiday.
I don't know, countless dribbles.
Yo, Drew Holiday has been the most sustainable guard in the league, bro. Still going, bro. Yo, I remember Drew Holiday, I believe, when he's playing on the Sixers, bro. Like Andrew Iguodala and stuff, bro. That was a long time ago, bro.
And Brown with the flush. We did it. We did it!
You did. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
The 2024 Boston Celtics are one of the best-built championship teams we've seen in recent history. They're well-rounded, have a great duo, pretty good depth, and added 2 bona fide stars in Porzingis and Drew Holiday. But at the same time, they're still kind of confusing, perplexing, and downright odd. And despite having so much firepower, so much depth, and so much talent, when it came to NBA media, they were doubted, cast aside, and scoffed at numerous times during this year's postseason.
I'm going with Dallas. I'm picking 6. I thought about 5.
Mavericks.
I'm not going to lie. I thought Dallas was going to win the first game because I was looking at the trajectory of how it would have went just by seeing who won the first game. And I thought Dallas was going to take the first game. I didn't expect them to go out bad as they did, obviously, with the Dallas Mavericks. But then after the first game, I realized that the Celtics is going to take this all the way. And then when Porzingis came back in, I knew it was definitely over. The Dallas Mavericks don't really have no big man. You know, they don't really have a big man. And Al Horford, he's a dog, bro. He stay hungry, consistent, always comes through. He knows his role, and he's a superstar at his role. Carmelo Anthony said it best. There's a superstar, and there's a role superstar. And you have to understand the difference in playing your role and perfecting that. And sometimes that takes time to learn what role to place yourself in and how to fulfill that role, and you're sort of figuring it out as you go. But yeah, man, they don't really have no rebounders like that. And Kyrie, he was trying to do a little something. Luka got fouled out, I believe, one game. You know, I just knew.
In 6.
I'm going Mavs in 7.
Okay. Ooh.
I'm Mavs in 6 with you.
Ceremony for the Mavericks is going to be in Boston.
So I like the Mavs. I said after, I think, game 3 that I like the Mavs in 5.
Which team are you hearing could win a championship that you just don't see it?
Overrated, Boston.
Who do you have winning the whole darn thing?
Shout out to you, Donis Haslam. Long time no see.
I got the Mavs in 6.
Look, Boston fans are nervous right now.
Porzingis is healthy. They've got a lot of elements. I think I would take both Dallas and Minnesota against them.
Now, those figures right there, they're these so-called NBA experts who get paid the big bucks to give their takes and their predictions. And as you saw, the majority of them are just absolute clowns. So that's why I say Boston are kind of a perplexing champion and a polarizing
Shaq did mention Boston. He did hit it on the nail, though.
Because the media and fans alike, they picked against them all finals long. And despite that, the Celtics still won and overcame numerous false narratives.
They haven't been battle tested. I don't know if that's a good thing to get battle tested in the finals. I don't know if you want to get battle tested in the finals.
Has the Celtics road been too easy? Do you have any concerns that the Celtics haven't been tested?
It's been too easy. Well, they haven't been tested, and I do have concerns because...
Bro, who is that? How they got LaShawn McCoy sitting here, a football player, trying to analyze basketball, bro? What the? I know I wasn't tripping, bro. A running back.
Concerns that the Celtics haven't been tested.
It's been too easy. Well, they haven't been tested, and I do have concerns because through the playoff run, they have not faced a 50-win team.
Like, I know Jaylen Brown and I know Jason Tatum have played really well in the finals, but when you look at the lineup of the teams they have had to go through, Luka and Kyrie have been tested getting out of the West and getting to this position.
Like, I don't think that they are ready for this difficulty jump.
A lot of the narratives of this Boston team, they really came out of sheer boredom. The biggest storyline for the Celtics team the past couple of weeks is who's the best player in the MVP of the Conference Finals as well as the NBA Finals. That's how dominant they've been. We're not debating Boston versus other teams, we're debating Boston versus Boston. And when it comes to the so-called weak run to the title, I think two things will be true at the same time. Yes, Boston's run to the finals, it was weak. But at the same time, that weak run doesn't take away that this squad was an all-time great team and one of the best teams of the 21st century. I mean, look back at the 22 Celtics, their road to the finals was 1,000 times harder. But when they lost in the finals, did they get brownie points for a tough road to the biggest stage? Of course not, because they lost in the finals in 6 games. And even looking at smaller narratives, more nitpicking narratives, saying Boston isn't clutch, they're going to choke away the title, I saw that all postseason long. But if you look at their clutch time games, a perfect 6-0. Their plus-minus, plus 4.3, the best in the NBA. Their net rating, a ridiculous 46.9.
At one point, I'm not gonna lie, I was concerned. The Celtics always have a good regular season run, but I was concerned I wanted to make sure that they can sustain that run. You know, because they do a magnificent job. Like last year in 2023 NBA season, they had a magnificent run, man. They just couldn't finish it off, but luckily they finished it off this year. So you cannot say this is not an ever-growing duo. And forget the duo, just team in general. They added an amazing piece like Porzingis. You know, he was coming from the Knicks and so forth.
Also the best in the league. So whether it's they weren't battle-tested, they're not clutch, their duo can't come through in the finals, whether it's any of those narratives, they were all debunked and proven wrong, emphatically so. And speaking of that duo, Brown and Tatum, after last year's Game 7 versus the Heat, there were calls to break them up and end the era of the Jays.
Thought about this morning for a long time. You have to break up the duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It's time to break it up for this reason.
It's not a lot of high-fiving. It's not a lot of chest bumping. When one is having success, the other one is not. And that's how it is. So as bad as we all would like...
Well, man, that's where it comes where teams have to... Nah, it's not even that. I don't understand what Kendrick... I mean, I get what Kendrick Perkins is saying, but it's like Larry Bird said, they're the best. You have to know how to sometimes take away some things in the game and utilize some things. Some things you have to do less of, and some things you have to do more of. I mean, they both gonna shine regardless, because as long as one's shining, they all shining together collectively as a team. As long as the ball is getting passed around, everyone's touching the ball, everyone will get to touch the ball and score and do magnificent, great things. So what are you talking about, bro? You can't just limit it to this duo. This is not a two teammate basketball team. Like, this is not a 2-person team. Like, what, bro?
See it work. They can't coexist.
Comment down below your perspective, guys. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick Perkins is trying to say when one doing good, the other's not. But do you agree with what I'm saying? That sometimes if one's doing good, let them, if they on fire, let them be on fire. Give them the rock. Let them cook. Let them cook. And some things you got to do more of, and some things you got to take away of. If one cooking, that's all that matters. It gets the team flowing. Comment down below if you agree with what I'm saying or you disagree that they both got to be cooking. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that they're missing that one piece. It's that there's something flawed about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown as your centerpiece, most expensive pieces that is keeping you from getting there.
But the first thing I thought about when I saw that deal is,
this guy.
Lord have mercy.
And to give you guys some context of why talking heads believe that, Boston during 2021, with Tatum and Brown still both below 25 years old, they went 500 and lost in the first round. 2022, how they started that year, they were below 500 nearly 40 games into the season. And despite Tatum being 23, Brown being 24, them not really reaching their prime or their peak. People were saying break them up, and they'd never work. And since that point, what have they done? Of course, how they finished 2022, they went 34-12, made the finals, and lost. 2023 came back, went to Game 7 of the East Finals, and again lost. And of course, this year in 2024.
Look, man. 3 years of consistent growth. Come on, bro. They still young. They still being groomed, bro. They not nowhere near their peak. They got more work to do. They got more greatness to achieve. Like, what, bro?
They won the NBA championship. If you look at those 3 years right there, making the finals, Game 7 of the East Finals, and winning the NBA championship, the Tatum and Brown duo the past 3 years have been the best duo success-wise in the entire NBA.
Facts.
If you would have broken these two players up...
Do you agree, family, that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown has been the best duo in the NBA? Listen to this.
Success-wise in the entire NBA.
In the entire NBA. Comment down below. I'm curious. I believe in today's NBA, yes, the greatest duo. Well, you could say... Nah, you can't say. I say in today's NBA, because another duo was Clay and Steph in the NBA as well, the greatest duo. So you can't just say them in the entire NBA, bro.
If you would have broken these two players up before they both hit 26 years old, it would have been one of the biggest mistakes in league history, and look back on as a James Harden OKC type.
Boy, that was the worst duo ever, bro. 2 scores, bro. That was never gonna work, and that was the hype around that. Once I saw how they operated one game, I knew, boy, they ain't know how to play their roles, bro. They were still young, don't get me wrong, but come on, I don't know, bro. It was never meant to work for these three. You know,
where a team was reaching the pinnacle, reaching the mountaintop, and then blew it up when they were inches away. And like we saw this year, Jaylen, kind of the alpha dog, the tone setter for the entire Celtics team. And of course, on the defensive end, an absolute pit bull who can bully smaller players.
Definitely. Look, that's what I'm saying. Even if Jaylen Brown did less of scoring, he did more of defensive. Tatum picked up the scoring. If Tatum ain't picked up the scoring, then Jaylen, you know, bounced off those screens, got aggressive, and got to the basket. Like, come on, bro.
But also hang with the 4s and the small ball 5s. And looking at Tatum's all-around offensive game, much improved from 2022.
Of course.
As when it comes to making the right play, being a willing passer, comparing this year's finals to the 22 finals, it's night and day. And then defensively, I mean, he's guarding 4s and 5s, guarding pick and roll switches, doing everything defensively while on the glass, getting 10 boards per game. If you're a Celtics fan nowadays, the Tatum and Brown duo, they're simply untouchable. Right. And going forward, the scary thing like I said earlier, they're only going to get better going in their late 20s and early 30s. And looking at Jaylen specifically, I think at this run, it was the ultimate vindication and the ultimate middle finger to the media and fans who doubted him, his contract, and his overall ability. As remember, really post-2019, this guy was put in trade rumors every single season.
I wouldn't give up Tatum for him. But everyone else, yes. Buy Jaylen, buy Marcus, buy picks.
Ringer's Kevin O'Connor also loves the Lillard idea, listing him as his top trade option for Jaylen.
If I'm the Celtics, I would actually look.
Bro, you got Damian Lillard. There was never going no championship.
Into a sign and trade
replacing Tatum
for Damian Lillard.
That's horrible. That's horrible. I'm so happy they didn't do that trade. First of all, bro, Damian Lillard got nothing on Tatum, bro. I'm sorry. No disrespect to Damian. He got some game, bro. Shot crazy. Shot from deep, crazy.
In some dark alternate universe, Kevin Durant, Dame Lillard, or Bradley Beal, they're members of the Boston Celtics. So when it comes to Jaylen, he's one of the best NBA success stories, as he came in, yes, a top 3 pick, but built himself up from a role player, bench player, to then a starter, an all-star, an all-NBA player, and eventually an NBA champion. I mean, he's taken progressive steps every single season and gotten better, to at this point, was respected league-wide. And I can't help but draw parallels from this team to the 2018. As Tatum, Brown, Drew Holiday, Derek White, they all took step backs individually so the team collectively could win a title.
Exactly.
And we're talking about who's the quote-unquote best player on Boston, the Finals MVP, it really doesn't matter. My overall point being, looking back at the 08 team, you don't debate who was better, KG, Pierce, or Ray.
Paul Pierce,
what you debate,
boy, they was dogs, bro. Love that era.
How good they were as a team. The same thing goes for the 24 Celtics. Now, one of the big-time differences from the 08 team and the 24 team, this team is primed to make an extended run into the 2020s. As looking at Jaylen, only 27, Tatum 26.
That is true. Drew Holiday is the oldest, bruh.
29,
Average
KP
roster,
28,
young as ever,
and Drew
boy.
34. I mean, assuming Al Horford
Well, you got Derek White close to 30s, but still, that's 20s, bruh.
retires, the only older veteran they have is Drew Holiday. And the good thing for Drew is on this Boston team,
He had
doesn't have to
experience.
score 20 points per game.
He don't have to. He got the vision. He can uplift the other individuals and let them see he's been around. Seasoned. It's always good to have a season, 1 or 2 on the bench. You know what I'm saying? I think Charles Barkley said that best. Somebody said that best. No, it was Sean Kemp.
The second best offensive player behind Giannis. For the Celtics, at the most, he's their third best offensive player. Most nights the fourth, some nights fifth, even sixth.
Played his role.
So going forward, Drew, despite being 34 years old, doesn't have the high usage rate that he had back with the Bucks. So that right there is the end of the video and the conclusion of the 2024 season. And the last thing I'll say about the Celtics team, they're a legit team. Not one guy, not 2 guys, not 3. They're a legit great team through and through.
Team ball.
As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Well, family, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys got some insight and value from my perspective. Comment down below yours. Spread that peace, love, and positivity. Let the love supersede the hate. Until next time, family. Peace.